Welcome back to Honda World. We're going to be messing around with electrics. Yeah, I know, you love this thing. Yes, the purple haze unmasked. Well, to be fair, there might be sparks flying. And the good news is that I've kind of worked out roughly what was what, because I kind of labelled it right. So that obviously goes there somewhere, right? And there's the brake, and there's the light, the back light, which is actually attached to a light. Look at that. Yeah. And there's, what's that? That goes to the regulator, except it's not the regulator, it's the other. And there's the switch that turns it all on. And here's the cable that comes up here goes to the coil. And then there's the rest of the cable that comes up here that goes to the BS brake switch. And there's a load more power if we need it. I mean, this is connected to another light. And yeah, anyway, that's about it. Oh yeah, and down here is our little trip fuse, except it's not so little. And the starter solenoid, which is where we start to get complicated. And that's why we're doing this in the first place. What's that say? That just says red. Power, I'm guessing. Oh, and then there's the other dingly dangly over the side, which is the other brake switch, which goes down there. So yeah, we're all good. How simple is that, hey? No bloody ECUs to deal with. Nice. Or not, I don't know. There's two wires that come off there on the solenoid. Everything else, I think, just seems to go to positive on the rest of the bike. And there's a cable off the rectifier. Yes, that's what it's called. Not a regulator, it's a rectifier. Yes, that says start sol. So I'm guessing that goes to one of these. Probably the green one. Guess I better start hooking it all up, eh? Fun. But before we do that, we should probably look at painting this, because that'll be far more fun. And I guess we should copy that. Or should I just leave it black? Well, the answer to that is clearly no. So I've scratched it up with a bit of sandpaper. I'll put some of that cleaner stuff on, that automotive prep paint, and we're ready to go. Narrow escape. The nozzle on the primer was blocked, but I keep nozzles that I know to be at least half good, so I was able to replace it. So we're primed and ready to go. Now, naked wine spray booth. And talking of ready to go, the dogs need to walk. So by the time I get back, that'll be dry, and I can put a coat of our favourite blue VHT Pontiac or whatever it is engine paint, followed by a blurring, fading effect of the anodizing paint. This time, different manufacturer. Hopefully, similar colour. I mean, blue anodized is blue anodized, right? Well, let's bloody well hope so. Because amazingly, we used all the rest on the engine, and that, and that, and that's about it. Ah, that, of course. Very nice, and we had just the right amount of paint for that. Yeah, wonderful. Nice. Still wet. Good. Lovely job. Suppose I better get on with some electrics. Well, it's just hanging in there by a thread, but yeah, that looks nice. I think you'll agree. Cool. New slimline tonic. Anyway, I suddenly had a brainwave because I was thinking about other things, i.e. mounting the headlight, actually. And then, of course, I've got all these things that don't fit, these headlamp mounts for smaller forks. And that is almost the perfect bracket for that situation there. There, that's another option. Nice chromy one. Yeah, sweet. Or maybe off there. Yeah, possibilities are endless. Kind of like that. I'd have to go lower down like that. Yeah, look at that. That's sexy. Yeah, I rather like that. So that's kind of how it would sit. It needs a little bit of adjustment, and the hole isn't in quite the right place. But it's not far off. So yeah, that's the route we're going to take on that one. Ironically, the problem with this is that the inside diameter is too big, whereas normally it's too small for these new fat forks that we make, upside down jobbies. And all the time the solution was staring me in the face. Yes, potentially just a little bit of skeletal cladding. Yeah, let's try that. Thought we were supposed to be doing electrics. Bloody perfect. These are only obviously loosely tacked in, but you know, basically they'll screw down. That looks like that. Well, I think that looks rather nice. Follows the line of the frame. What a bloody fluke, eh? Yeah, lovely. Job done.
Meantime, Monkey found this in the garage. Yeah, doesn't look very happy, does he? I'm going to put him outside.
So I've been a bit distracted recently with all kinds of other stuff going on. Not least of all that. And yeah, anyway. Here we are, back on the CB. So, what should we do next? Well, I guess we should do that. For starters. Get it? I know, horrible joke. Anyway, I'll put it back on properly for the time being, just to get it off the shelf, honestly. And, I don't know, it kind of ruins my little blue thing. And that led me on to start looking at this, because obviously this is the kind of original setup with the original foot pegs, which yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with them, there's nothing right with them either. They're a bit clunky, and as you know, I'm wanting to replace them with these boys. Now the problem is, as you can see, that the originals go up and over, but of course, if this has got to come straight off that, that's the idea, right? We just drill a hole and thread it. Then this is going to be in the way. So it's going to have to be like at this angle or more before it even starts. And then it'll be scraping on the ground like a Harley side stand. So that's no good, is it? So what I think we need to do is modify this so that it comes down and then back up, so it sits in the right position. And whether it's this or a whole new thing, honestly, remains to be seen. I might get cracking with some CAD drawing. So now I'm looking at the whole mechanism, honestly, thinking it's a pain in the arse to get to, thinking that there's a lot of restriction there, right? So that's all butted up against the frame, and then when you press the pedal, it effectively pulls the rod, which isn't connected at the moment, and then all that oil tubes get in the way, especially with a screwdriver involved. But yeah, you can see, right, there's not much movement. And that's a bit silly. I think we need to reinvent the wheel. Okay, so we've disconnected the rod that goes back here, and that's what pulls the brake. And we are now looking at removing the actual mechanism that does that connects it to the pedal. Yeah, so that comes out like so. So for starters, it'd be a lot better if it sat a little bit more inboard, like that much, which would be a bit of a problem here, maybe, because then it would move quite freely as much as you needed to down. Although, you know, we all know as bikers, you don't use the back brake too much unless you're showing off. So I'm thinking something like this. Ironically, this is one of the rear sets for the CB750, which doesn't fit without a lot of modification.
Actually, I'm thinking something more like this. And that'll angle it under the foot peg and then still give me a pedal. And so we can shim that end out so that the this bit, that bit, has more freedom to move. And this end, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, how the hell, we can't plasma cut that. So do we use the original bit and graft the new piece onto the old bit? Don't really want to do that. I guess the alternative is to thread that, cut it if necessary, thread it. I don't know. Well, on that note, I think I'll call it a day. I've got TikTok shit to do. Because all you old fuddy daddies that watch YouTube, like me, aren't really contributing to my world speed record for a bumper car. And yes, I'm setting a world speed record, not for a motorcycle, no. And I don't have a lemon tree. If I did, I might piss on it, I don't know. Anyway, yes, if you haven't checked it out, I'm attempting to break the world speed record for a bumper car set by another lunatic in the UK, Mr. Colin Furze, who has 11 million subscribers. So I don't know what's going on there. But thanks for watching as always, and do subscribe if you haven't already, because I obviously need to catch up with Mr. Colin Furze, although I will be overtaking him as far as the land speed record for a Dodgem car is concerned. And yeah, give the video a thumbs up if you thought it was remotely interesting, and encourage others to watch my lunacy.